Good day. My name is Justin Jones. I'm the founder of Family Fitness Guy. I would like to take 10 minutes of your time to discuss with you a topic that's important to me and relevant to us all. I was further motivated to cover this topic after reading two stories on ESPN.com. You can see my notes below for the links to these stories. And after seeing a special on the anniversary of one of my favorite movies called Field of Dreams. I will call the topic of this talk, If We Build It, They Will, and we'll talk about how you can finish that title later. I was about 300 pounds by the time I was 13 years old and had to spend time exploring what types of physical activity and nutritional strategies worked for me so I could lose weight. I soon realized that as an adult, I wanted to dedicate myself to helping youth and individuals live active, happy, healthy lives. To this point, I've been privileged to do so. I've worked for a number of sports and fitness organizations and consulted for teams, corporations, nonprofits, and taught thousands of people of all ages about fitness and nutrition. I'm proud to be a father of two. Now I'm going to discuss how we can increase usage of public parks and facilities to build stronger and healthier communities. Many communities across the U.S. do not have adequate parks and recreation facilities. Some that do may be in disrepair, while others are not being utilized properly. Others may have opportunities to enhance recreation programs right in front of them and not know it. There is no one right solution for everyone, and it varies on a community-by-community basis. What I'm here to do is throw out some ideas to provide you with guidelines that maybe you can apply in your community. The first thing we need to talk about is access. I want everyone to make a list of 3 recreational opportunities in your community and at least 3 things you would like to add, repair, or upgrade in the next 5 years that people can access and benefit from. The next thing we should consider is awareness. How will we promote these programs in our communities and make people more aware of their availability? Involvement. How will we get participants and staff involved in the development and usage and maintenance of our facilities? So hopefully you have a pen and paper and you're making notes as we go along, and you'll be able to review these notes. You'll also find this lecture, I'll be able to email it to you, or I'll post it on my website in days to come for your convenience. Again, what I'm trying to do here is give you stuff that you can use in your communities to take home and bring people out. That's what it's really all about. Some of the challenges we face are lack of time by the public for usage, a decrease in adult participation. A lot of adults now are really busy and they're just sort of pulled every way, but it's really important adults can provide coaching, guidance, and mentorship program to participants. One thing that I am hoping to do is try to get work with some unions and stuff in various areas and get them having their retirees help out with these type of programs. Maybe donate a couple times a year. And other, retired professionals from various walks of life. I think that will add a lot of value to, the facilities, and then, also bring our communities together. We have a lot of loss of interest in physical activity and getting outside due to competition from electronic devices is another problem we face. Transportation and accessibility is a big issue. A lot of the people that would use these facilities may not have a car, or it just may be too costly for them to go to these facilities every day. So this is a good way for us to work with the government and try to get public transportation set up or some sort of programs that people can use. Risk management and concerns about safety is another problem. Clearly accidents can happen and there's lawsuits and this type of stuff, but this is going to be a big thing that we have to consider. And then programming. Do we have the appropriate programs to offer, and do we have trained people to bring these programs to life? All right. Lastly, I'd say financial resources, and I say that because I don't want it to hold us back from our desired solutions or outcomes. I'm confident that we can, if we want something good to happen and we prepare for it and work, then it will happen. It seems that if we have enough money to build highways, we should have enough money to keep parks and playgrounds and things like that in order. So hopefully we can, sort of use that and build up on that as we work to get financial resources out there. Why do we have to do this? Healthier kids just do better. They do better in school. There's a lot of research out there. They tend to do better in life. Healthier adults clearly cost society much less. The cost benefits of poor health. And I think, when you get people working together, they just do better things with their time. And then having nice parks and playgrounds and stuff like that gives us a better, it helps people have more fun and have more pride in their communities. And it just promotes play and togetherness, something I think, we need to move back towards. As, over the past 30 or 40 years, we've gone into suburbs. A lot of cities now are starting to rejuvenate themselves, and they're doing some of this by, enhancing downtowns and parks and recreations. And I think smaller communities can do this. Goals we may consider. We need to attract and retain corporate and community and individual involvement. We need to increase participation in physical activity. We need to make these parks and these facilities places people want to come. How do we do this? You got to think about design. For example, you might make sure that there's enough shade in an area. A lot of places you see there's just direct sun exposure, so when the weather is nice, people might not want to go out and use them all day. You want to make sure that you got food and drink available, even if it's just a quality drinking fountain. You're not going to have a problem getting a mobile food vendor to come in and sell some stuff. Hopefully, it won't just be sodas and ice cream and chips, but you can actually have invite some creative food people to try some stuff out. You need to ensure the best safety practices around your facility. Ensure the best transportation options to and from and around your location. Okay. One of your goals should be to try to create some jobs and create economic growth in the area, and then spur other grassroots efforts in the community. And then last one is pretty important, is reduce crime. I think that as we build these areas up, it will give public servants, as in police officers and stuff like that, a more visible role, and hopefully they can build up on their exposure to the community and work with people in the community. Values and education. One of the values things we're doing here clearly is promoting good health. We're promoting teamwork. We're promoting fair play, the importance of community involvement. We're promoting drug-free participation in sports and physical activities. And again, some of these things can be done during the school year, before and after the weekends, throughout the school year. I think a lot of times, in my community, there's so much to do during the summer, but then the school year, people, when the weather gets colder, they sort of stop, and that doesn't need to be the case. A lot of this stuff can be done year-round. Okay. How do you want to structure your organization? Who can we look to? Who has the time and resources to assist us? That's something you definitely want to consider. You could form a 501c3 as an example of a nonprofit that I've worked with in a couple cases that have done this. You could also join forces with an existing nonprofit or government group. For example, I imagine most Chamber of Commerces might be interested in something like this. Churches, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. When I did my Eagle Scout project, I did a lot of things in my community to build the community and make it stronger with myself and my other friends who were in Boy Scouts. All right, so what are some action steps that we can take to make this happen? You need to try to do a needs assessment. That's the first thing I recommend. So do an assessment of what is in your community and what you would like to do. We sort of talked about that earlier when I asked you to write down 3 things. Set reasonable, measurable goals and objectives. Maybe obtain 2 sponsors is a good number to get. And what I would try to do is use those sponsors to help you have a kickoff and launch party where the needs are presented, and then you start to put together a strategic plan of how your organization can move forward with the help of the community and grow. Some things I'd like you to remember. Remember that we need to develop new sources of revenue for these projects using both public and private money. Start local, then look at state and federal grants that may be available. Remember to build up on successful models in your community and others. So if there's a model that's been successful or something similar that has brought people from the community together, I would recommend you look at that and talk with those people. And then remember that getting human capital is involved is almost important as the financial capital if you can organize the people and keep them involved and feeling relevant. So don't feel like you just have to go after money. You might have a big company in your community that you can get their employees to donate 1 hour a week each, and that's that would be a lot of time. It could really move things forward fast. So remember that. And then I guess last but not least, of course, remember to expect challenges and be able to make adjustments as you move forward. That's with almost anything we do. And it's clearly going to be the case with this because you're working with a lot of different people in different environments. Some notes that I wanted to share with you are, as I hope to further develop Family Fitness Guy, I hope that I can become a voice for projects like this and assist you all even more and maybe get some step-by-step things and resources up that you can use. One idea I personally have is to turn unused sections of commercial real estate into public usage spaces. So if you have a mall, you might open up a recreation center in there. Clearly, we're looking at more costs because these are buildings, but it's becoming, people want to be indoors a lot these days. That's just the reality of it. And if we want people doing, recreation type activities, we're going to need to give them access to indoor space. And, when you do that with a mall, people might then be more interested to pay rent for their businesses around these recreational facilities. So that's going to add a lot of value to the community and then save things in the long run. All right. You'll see the links under the notes sections. You'll see the links to the ESPN articles. They were both basically talking about how outdoor playgrounds are not really being used for basketball anymore in communities and talking about some of the reasons why. So I enjoyed those. Please get to work. Let me know if you have any questions. What I'm really hoping to do is I want to see you, I want to hear how you finish this statement. So finish this statement for me. We built it and... Okay, I want to know the end. I want to know what happens after you built something in your community and what happened. All right. I welcome your thoughts, your feedback, and your questions. I can be reached at JJLoveFit or that's JJLoveFit at AOL, or you can call me at 540-818-2599. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a fantastic day wherever I find you.